I'm Niels Tallén, and I study interaction design over at K3. And what I would like to do is, what I'd like to make is a sort of experimental feedback system using quick response codes, also known as QR codes. Because the best way to make an awesome place more awesome is to, of course, to listen to your users. And currently, this is in the basement. I only have 2 slides. I'm not going to torture you, turning your heads all the time. So it's a paper asking, what do you need? And I think this is something that you can never get away from, the paper that you can write on. It's always going to be there. It's not that I want to eliminate that, but I'd like to augment it with a way of giving a richer response and perhaps more interactive means of giving response. And the way I'd like to do that is by a system of QR codes placed in strategic locations around the facilities. As these papers are, actually, they're placed close to a certain desk with a certain tool, for example. This will be connected to a web application that handles the responses. Perhaps simply sending them to the email of whoever is responsible for that area, or perhaps handling them in some more complex way. And the way it works for the user is, next slide, person, thank you. Simply by scanning QR. This is a QR code, and maybe not everyone knows what it is. They're quite popular in many places of the world already, sort of gaining traction here. Using your smartphone, Android, iPhone, a lot of Symbian-based phones, Nokia, they actually come with the sort of a barcode scanner application installed. Otherwise, they are available as free applications, free downloads. You simply scan this code with your phone, and you are directed to what is actually a web page. In this case, where you will be able to fill in a form with whatever feedback you like, perhaps upload a picture or a video, and simply send it right there and then in the spot. So you won't have time to forget about doing it. You just, I really want to say this, I'll just do it right now. Yeah, that was pretty quick, I guess.
242.
Okay.
Almost.
Well, I guess I can say some. I mean, I'd like to make this as sort of a very hi-fi prototype that actually works, and try it out here and use this as a platform to try it. Perhaps if it actually works out well, it could be used in more public settings, like urban settings. Yeah? Okay, questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then 5 minutes for the jury to ask questions. It's 9. It's you.
Do you know of any similar use? Because I think that I've seen something like interacting with the municipality, reporting.
Well, what I've seen is for example, this example of reporting things that are broken, which I think was some kind of GPS thing. Yeah, that's the,
so this would be the first time that you know of that the QR code.
Yes, I tried searching for it. I couldn't come up with anything, so yeah, should be done.
So what would you use the 5,000 for?
I think the main challenge of this is not making the technical platform. That's, I think, yeah, that's okay. But the challenge would be actually making this visible. So the presentation of the QR code would have to be made really sort of eye-catchingly nice. And I think there would be some money that would have to be used for example, printing them in a print shop, and making it like nice paper, or perhaps even if they're going to be in an outdoor setting, perhaps in the skate park, to make it weatherproof, which could cost some money.
I have another question. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to interacting with QR codes, but wouldn't it take me longer to interact with the QR code than actually writing on the slip of paper?
Well, they're sort of complementary to each other. It's very fast, actually. You simply you open the app, you hold it in front. You actually don't even press anything, just and you get the web page.
Yeah.
But I think they should not, be posted against each other. They're sort of different. I mean, the point of this is to actually get some richer feedback. Perhaps make the form interactive so that it can probe deeper what's the issue here, or even perhaps upload pictures and such.
Do you think that QR codes will be a standard because we've seen similar interaction codes come and go? So do you think QR codes will be a world standard?
Well, not forever, but I think they're. Yes, I think they are becoming a standard. Of course, in the future, we'll probably see more actual shape recognition. You won't need the codes themselves because the objects will be recognized.
Yeah, but for a time.
For some time, yeah.
I've seen this type of code in many places before, but the problem has always been uptake from the end user's point of view, that you and I, we are both quite technically interested, probably, but 99.9% of the population, they don't care.
Right.
They don't want to download the application just to write, I need toilet paper.
Yeah, I think it's still in sort of an early adoption stage. But as many new smartphones actually come with it natively, and as more and more people buy smartphones, I think it's going to increase. I think in Asia it's already quite popular, if I'm not mistaken.
Back in 2008, Aftonbladet did a huge campaign with, I think they're called 2D codes. It never quite worked out. Do you think the market is more mature now, 3 years later?
I think it's more mature than then. But then again, it's still sort of an experiment. It's meant to be a test to try it out and actually see how users perceive it. Maybe it's too early to say if it would actually work. If it works, then you could do something like WordPress, for example, releasing it as open source, but having a hosted version, for example. But yeah, that's sort of too early to say, I guess. Yeah.
So what your main purpose is, like report problems or be appraised with the system?
Could be either or. It could be both.
Because I've seen similar things where you can like take up your phone and shine on a motor and you see like all the parts, how the motor works and how you should operate it and so on. I'm just thinking that, for example, maybe down in Fabriken we'll have tools. Mm-hmm. Could you like extend it into like a guide system or like help people know how to use the tools?
That could be done. But
or is something
in such a situation with the tools, perhaps it would actually still be better to with some human interaction, immediate human interaction. But definitely could be done as well.
Time for one more question. Then we have to move on. Does anyone have any? Yes, Alf?
Have you done it? Do you have a demo or a prototype?
I've made something similar, not with QR, but with normal barcodes, which was actually an app for searching a library, a book library.
So you have the basic knowledge on how to connect the different stuff and how the codes work and how you generate new unique codes.
Sure, that code goes to stoppelbedden.se or stoppelbedspakken.se.
Okay, thank you very much.